that way. Do you want me to tell like a nonsensical story for 20 minutes? Like, what's his face from the Dodgers there?
On the side of Buzosaurus, we have a Super Collider coming out. Shield Slam onto the Mount Giant. Mount Giant number 1. And then we have a Great Horror going to a second Great Horror, and then a Microbot going face. Triss is at 12 HP, but he does have 20 damage on board. He needs 2 more damage. Can he get it from? Nope. He's got an option: Ice Barrier, Magic Trick, Counterspell. He went with the Magic Trick, and then he pulls the Counterspell from the second one. He's off by 1 damage. 1 damage, but Buzosaurus does have 7 armor from the Blast Shield. So he's got to go back up to 8.
Apparently sound wasn't on either, by the way.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's on now. It's on now.
Oh, great.
Oh, the brawl off the top, and that
Counterspell.
Cap.
Wow. Are you kidding me? I went all like baseball, old timey, play-by-play radio announcer.
Oh no, I think they heard that. I think they heard that.
Tell you what. Well, he's at 8 health. This happened to me one time. I was playing against. It was in Pro Series. Nope. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
not enough.
I was in Pro Series playing against Plants, and he was playing Warrior as he does, and I was playing. I don't remember what the hell I was playing, but I got him down to 1 HP, and it did. Let's just say it didn't end up well for me. I ended up losing. It felt so bad. But Booze. Wait, it's a check mark for Triss. Yes, it is. So Triss does take game 1. Makes the read on Booze that he was going to play the Warrior, and now he's coming out with the Shaman into the Warrior, which is the smarter play because Rogue is not very well there. You can definitely do it. I mean, I've beaten a couple of Warriors on ladder with it. You just got to go really hard and fast at them.
Naturally, the quest is the easy turn 1 play for Triss, and then we're going to see that draw for Booze with the Town Crier grabbing the Ziliax. He's already got Restless Mummy and Ziliax, so he's got a bunch of tools early to hopefully squash some of the early game minions that Triss is going to be able to.
This place is scary.
So the natural curve for the Warrior. 1 drop and a 2 drop.
I mean, Armageddillo, as I love to call him, was a great pick there. But do you think there was a situation where you might want to take the Frightened Flunky instead for the continued draw value, the extra taunt?
I think you can make the case, but the fact that he has Ziliax in hand really kind of pushes the argument for the Army Dilly to be picked. Because, I mean, I want as many stats on my Ziliax as I could possibly get.
Yeah, I think in this case you're right, especially with the fact that we're only on turn 3 now, and there's a good chance that he'll draw at least 1 more taunt into his hand by the time he plays the Army. That Weaponized Wasp, that's a strong card. Yeah. It reminds me of the 2/3 eel, the Merc Spark eel.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Like it's a card with a condition, but the condition's not all too hard to meet. And you're gonna want lackeys on board as the shaman in this matchup anyway. So yeah, it's definitely a good pick. But that Restless Mummy is a good counter.
Saki, you might want to check, make sure we even have sound period. Because I'm listening to the stream right now, and there's no sound at the beginning of the last match.
No, he said at the beginning of the last match we didn't have sound. We didn't have sound until after he restart.
Oh, okay.
We should have sound now, ideally.
You belong to the bomb now.
They missed some good talking though. Wow.
Yeah, we did a lot of analysis that.
Wow. What the hell?
We'll point out that Mako did call exactly what was going to happen in game 1 as far as the cues.
Yes, we'll have you know that you missed radio play-by-play announcing. You could have closed your eyes and you would have been playing the game. Exciting, that will never be heard again. Yeah, don't rub it in my face, Saku.
Of course it's the right way.
I hope you don't win a game.
Ouch. And as this is actually, I mean, we're on turn 6 right now, and the quest is complete for Triss. And I actually find that happens. That's actually kind of late for the quest to be completed for the shaman. Is that your experience on left?
Well, I think it really, my experience with it, my 04 experience with it, mind you, is, oh, look at that.
What a draw for the 2-drop, yeah.
My experience has been turn 6 is average if I don't have Sledge Slurper.
Yeah, that's just a good card.
Yeah, because I mean it's 2 mana complete your quest or complete to 1/3 of your class. So I don't know. That's basically what it's boiled down to when I've played it. But like I said, I play a lot. Slash don't like playing it. Slash not good at playing it.
And we do see that, the Armageddon is going to come down right here, and the Frightened Flunky in hand now is going to increase the value because it's going to hit Ziliax and that Flunky as well. And,
Yeah, what is a Flunky?
A Flunky is a kind of like a not a sidekick, but like a minion of an evil person that just is, kind of slow, dimwit.
Okay, yeah, so ignoring that right now, right now, he has the Expired Merchant in hand, which is this
You belong to the
Death
bomb
Rattle.
now.
Oh wait, never mind. I didn't get the battle card. He needs the battle cry for it to do the Death Rattle, right?
I don't think so. Oh, add 2 copies of it. Yes.
It's just of it, right?
Yeah, so it's not.
I was thinking he could possibly get 2 copies of Messina if he plays the former champ this turn, but I didn't think about the battle cry too. So
Look at that draw from Booze.
yeah, Boom 7. He had Boom 7 last game too. He's
Well,
really
that
good at
time
drawing
he
those.
just showed up exactly on 7. Last time he had it for a couple turns, but yeah, no brainer pick there, and this is a good little combo for Triss. He's gonna play the 5-drop, put out 2 5/5s, and then he's gonna mutate it into a 4/4 as well. So like that's a big, and hey, it's Brawl.
It's a little bit of a low roll, the 7 mana 4/4 that he mutated into, but I mean it's better than the 1/1.
2
That's
more
a
names.
snap pick right there. I didn't even get to see what the other 2 were.
Snip Snap was also on the table. I saw that, but I can understand the Tomb Warden pick. But I think he was holding off, I think, for the Ziliax combo with the Omega Devastator if he can. But Snip Snap right now, he's going to be able to take a few things off the board. And no need to waste the Brawl quite yet when you use those Snip Snaps to get a little bit of work done.
Yeah, so he can half clear. He's got to leave the 2 biggest minions up, but he can. No, well, no.
I think if you're Booze, you're still feeling confident because you've got not only the Brawl that you just drew, but you'd also have Warpath in hand too. So you've got a couple options to clear. You're not in an immediate rush. Oh no, it just evolves right past the chart.
Triss, you gotta work on your APM. If you click fast enough, you can actually make that charge in between.
Oh my goodness, he just transformed a 5-cost minion straight up into a 10 and it's a charge.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's classic.
If you miss what happened, yeah. So he did the double transformation because double battle cry. So he did evolve over a charge, so he couldn't charge it, and then he evolved over a Tyrion, and then his his Archmage summoned the charge minion, but he couldn't play because it's at the end of your turn.
But it's gonna live.
Yes, it's gonna. No, it's
This
gonna
place
die.
is
No, it's not gonna die. Okay.
I think so. Interesting.
will
thought,
die,
he
but-
pulls another Ziliax. Wow, these are strong drugs. I think instead of the brawl there, I think there's a case to be made for using the super collider to take out a 6-5 into a 5-5. Use the 2 1-1s to take out the 1 drops, and you could have even Ziliaxed away a third thing. Like he would have left one thing and still had the brawl in hand and put some minions on board, but that's not the route he opted for. Now this is seemingly dangerous again, but
This
we
is
know
a
that
brawl to
brawl.
remember.
Yeah, this is the brawl, or no, Warpath is just fine actually,
Or not
because he
brawl.
Warpath a couple times.
Yeah. No, yeah, no.
he's
I
already
was
used the
looking
brawl.
at I was looking at Warpath and said brawl. So this is a full clear, and he gets to throw a little bit of tempo on board for that tree. And it sounds like our sound is back up on stream now, finally.
Excellent. I know everybody wants to hear our deep husky voices.
My voice probably sounds more
I hope you like my
hoarse than it
invention.
normally does, because I've been
I hope
talking
you
a
like
lot
my
for school.
invention.
Yeah, as Saku or not as Saku, but as you pointed out, the red / the do not enter sign is the shield. I would like to see if we can maybe come up with a different icon for that.
I would like to see an actual shield.
Yeah, like a an outline around the class, maybe like a blue outline or something.
Oh, Saku's working on it.
He's the man.
Now
I knew he would be.
We do need to remember that this stream was very last minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is we were told like 20 minutes before we started setting things up that people want.
It's kind of my fault too, because I said let's see if we can get one going right after this, and then Boost is like, I'll do it, and then now here we are.
You know what? I'm okay with it. That's fine. I wanted to play. I wanted to see some Hearthstone get played. Let's we'll take the good with the bad.
Hell, I mean, if we weren't casting it, I was just gonna play it, so it's whatever.
Right.
Float like a butterfly.
And Triss has another one of the former champs, and this time he unfortunately does not have a way to evolve the 1/1 up into something more useful.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this, I'll stay awake, I promise. Just looking at this, I struggle to see a way that Triss gets out of this match. I mean, if you look at the hands, the Cena can get there, but not what he has. Like, he doesn't have anything overload. He doesn't have a way to put anything on the board. And us having the benefit of whatever kind of foreshadowing that is, I forget, from English class, where we know what they don't. Us knowing that Ooze has 2 Ziliacs, Zilii, if you want to go that route, and an Armagadillo that can buff them even further, and a Tomb Warden, and a Warpath. Like, I don't see how it happens. Like, he can play that.
Yeah.
And just...
There was no way that this Armagadillo was never coming down this turn, and he is about to make a humongous wall of protection in his hand that he can just throw down at any moment. So 17 health maybe looks a little scary, but it's not even the least bit scary right now.
Yeah, I mean, just, he has 2 Ziliacs. Zilii. They're Zilii. He has 2 Zilii. That are 7/6 and a 5/4. Like, I don't see how he gets there. I really don't.
Triss is going to continue to do what he needs to do and push as much as he can. He's drawing about the best as he can from his perspective, and he's getting damage in there, but he's about to get the bad news, which is that something's going to get devastated, and the other thing's going to get charged with a humongous Ziliac. So that's a 11 heal and a board clear, and I think you might even just see a concede from Triss, to be honest.
Yeah, as soon as that drops, and you got Messina in your hand, that's it. Like, what? That the other Ziliacs just got buffed.
He's got a double 7/10 2 ward.
Yeah,
there's a concede. I'm not surprised. So that brings it back to 1-1 now, as Booze evens the series up. So we're gonna see a 3-game series in our first map. So what do we got left? We got Rogue, which is what Triss shielded. So you got to think he wants to play that.
I hope if he's won the win, he plays that, because I think Booze is gonna come over with the priest, and
It's either
I'm only
priest or
saying
mage.
that. Well, I'm only saying the priest because I know he likes playing the priest. He loves playing that priest. But if he makes that well, see, the thing is too, I think Triss will throw this match hard if he doesn't play the rogue here, because the rogue has the advantage against both the mage and the priest matchups.
Correct.
So I think if he doesn't play the rogue, he's just asking to not win.
Yeah, the Rogue is fast enough to handle both of these decks, and I think that's the way it's gonna have to be.
Yeah,
which
so
is
we
exactly
got rogue
what
and
we see.
priest.
The light shall bring victory.
Now, I don't know much about this priest deck. I've watched people play it, but I haven't played it myself. I think that's correct though. Not keeping any of the acolytes.
Yeah, in general,
I think you just want a hard mulligan for 1-drops there.
you do like the 1-drops. You definitely like, obviously the injured Tolvir is strong out of the gate too. But yeah, you're playing this deck a lot like the old Miracle Rogue, where you're just trying to draw a ton of cards because you're going to be able to find your combo real quick, and you'll have
minion to get.
That's a very good opener. Yeah, it's a great opener. Feral Cat is a very strong 1-drop, and the Restless Mummy has been a consistently strong reborn minion in the first opening days of this expansion. Triss realizes that he wants to get rid of that Tolvir before it gets healed, and not give it the opportunity to be buffed and continue to live. So this is more about just managing the board and less about actually getting that chip damage in there. But good draw for Booze. He has a target to play that extra arms on.
And plunder.
Yep. So Triss does come up with the sap in hand, which is kind of vital in this matchup.
Yeah, that can be very disruptive, and this is a matchup that it's even on paper, but yeah, there are definitely cards in the Rogue deck list that will swing it in their favor. And Sap is one of those in a huge.
Yeah, if I'm in the position right now of Triss, I'm gonna want to start looking to push some more damage face. I do like trading things off like this, but we do know that he has
So
the
many
in hands, and he can
Nothing
make a
can
pretty
hold
wide
me.
big board that Triss
The
just won't be
light
able
shall
to do
burn.
it.
Yeah, it's really a balancing act as far as the Rogue is concerned, because you do need to continue to push face and pressure, so that way the Priest is not executing their game plan of get things on board, eventually something sticks and I make it huge. But the the Rogue does have to get rid of some of those minions, because if they fail to do that, they could just get 1-turn KO'd out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
I like what Triss is doing so far.
Yeah, I think out of a lot of the current aggro matchups that you see in this current meta, if you want to call it a meta, I think this one, for just like priest versus any sort of aggro matchup, is kind of difficult for the other player, because you do have to kind of do that tiptoeing balancing act where you have to think, okay, do I trade this off? Do I go face, which is kind of common in aggro versus aggro, but with the priest matchup, like, you leave something up for a couple of, like, 1 turn, and all of a sudden it's just like that card just became huge, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, even you say to yourself, I've got taunt, I'm safe. You're not. They've got silence effects everywhere. He's got 2 silence effects in his hand right now, and probably a massive spell, I think, in the deck as well.
Incredible.
Can we get the Desert Obelisk online? Can we get 2 more of these, please? Rito, please.
This is the first time I've seen it played, quote unquote, air quotes, this expansion so far.
Now,
what rolls? He gets Nat Pagel and the Desert Obelisk. He has no attack minions.
Now, when you know you're in a desperate spot when you have to tempo play that card.
Oh,
Because he
absolutely.
saps it, wasting extra arms. Now, fun fact: if you can't count, Triss has 5 minions on board, but 3 damage.
Which I can't even imagine how frequent that occurrence is.
Never.
He's also got Myra's in hand now, so
Yeah.
if this becomes a dire situation at any point, we can absolutely see the Myras to try and find Leroy. We can see the Myras to try and find Eviscerates. I don't think he's used either Eviscerate yet. No, he's used one. I'm sorry.
So he's got one. He's got 8 damage from hand right now. So Boost can heal up to 8 exactly. Yeah, Boost just loses this. It's over right here, right?
Possibly. Is there any way he can? Is he gonna silence? He's gonna silence some stuff, perhaps. To oh, he's got the 8 from hand. Never mind.
Yeah, it's 8 from hand. So
Wait, is it? No, because he's only
yes.
got rush in hand.
Well played.
He's got 4. He's got 4 on board, 4 on his weapon.
Oh, that's right. And we're
Yeah.
gonna see the Myras anyway. Yeah, he's got a, and he picked up Zephyrus the lethal regardless, so he was
I'm
gonna
out
have
of
options.
cards.
So our
So-
opening match goes to Triss. Nonetheless, exciting match to start with. We got to see 3, and yeah, that's kind of the way that we expect it to go. At least that I personally expected it to go. I did expect Triss to get that.
Yeah. I think it kind of could have gone either way, but I think how it. I think what really set it apart was the order that they queued decks. Um, I think both of them kind of misplayed on what they banned, but Triss expecting Booze to play Warrior first because my guess is he thought that Booze thought that Triss was gonna play the Rogue first since he shielded it, and then coming in with the Mage was just kind of 200 IQ. Do we want to interview? I don't care.
I think Saku wants to go to bed. To be quite honest with you, he's at
Yeah, I
12.
think so too. I mean, that's fine. We don't have to do that, Saku.
Oh, I didn't realize Saku was the one asking the interview. Yeah, if Saku's down for the
Yeah.
interview, go ahead and bring him in.
Okay. Um, interview? Question mark. Do we want? We're just asking Triss. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Unless Triss says no, then we get Boost.
and then we have a sad interview.
Oh well. Not getting anything back from Triss, so I'm just gonna.
That's all right.
Boost.
Still a successful first stream. I mean, we got the reveal in. That was fun. We got our first inaugural THL World Cup match, and yeah, it was exciting. Good to see a little bit of different decks in a competitive setting. Waiting for Triss to add me to Discord. So maybe we will get a.
Boost said he will if
interview
Triss does not come back with us. We're interviewing somebody. Tired of talking to dumb Patriots fans.
Listen, before we started the stream tonight, I was watching them get beat by the Titans.
Hey, listen, did you see
hello.
ESPN's like predictions for top teams over the next 5 years, and that the Indianapolis Colts were number 1?
Oh, I'm sure they are. They're always on those lists. Hey, what's up?
Hell
What's
yeah.
up? What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
We can.
Can hear you. Good, good
right.
first win, opening win. You are officially in the lead right now of everybody in this
Yep.
entire. So,
oh, no.
so
Yeah, you're first place.
yeah, first place. You're
Got
1-0.
him.
There you go. So I guess let's take us through. Since that was the first time we've seen the shield phase be used, all what was your thought process during the shield phase?
Mage is broken. I don't want to play against mage. So like, I was like, if he doesn't shield mage, I'm banning mage every time. Like, I don't think it matters how good like the matchups say you're into mage. If they roll Pocket Galaxy, you're not winning the game. So I just don't want to deal with that right now. I think
For
shielding
sure.
mage is probably the move.
I think it's definitely a safe pick. Yeah, I mean, so we saw you shield the, we saw you, ban, shielding rogue, banning mage, but you didn't come out and play rogue in game one. So what was
It was mostly mind games because like, so my thinking was if so my thinking was like, since he knows I just showed a word or rogue, he knows I want to play rogue first, and it was more like rogue was kind of just like the deck I'm the best at, so I can play that in any matchup. I wanted to get the best matchup statistically, and I feel like mage was best into warrior. So I was like, let me queue the mage up first. I can win with it probably into anything, but like once the warrior is done, I can win with anything into rogue. So that was my thinking. But mostly it's because like I just had a read on him that he was gonna play Warrior first, just because like it's like I think when people see that he didn't ban Warrior and he banned Major Warrior, they always want to queue up Major Warrior first.
understandable? Definitely.
I think it's just like the top. I think you queue. I think you usually just queue the top two strongest classes first usually and see where it goes from there. And that's what happened. He queued Warrior, I queued Mage, and I high rolled got Pocket Galaxy and this crazy stuff. So it happens. But
Yeah, yeah, you were just saying, you can get Pocket Galaxy on 4, in your case at least 5, and just all of a sudden come out of nowhere and reestablish.
yeah. I don't know. The statistics are something crazy. When you draw Pocket Galaxy, it's like insane. Hopefully Rogue or hopefully Mage gets touched coming soon, but who knows? But I don't know. I don't know how. I think Shield of Conquest is interesting just because you can't target anything specifically, so you kind of just have to go against like a broader field of things than what you usually want to go against,
I
which is pretty
mean,
interesting.
I kind of like that though, because like thinking back to Legacy two two seasons ago, maybe 2 seasons ago, when like Odd Warrior was very strong. Like you could not play Odd Warrior in Legacy, right? Because then your
You
opponents
just get targeted.
you just get targeted. But
Yeah.
I find that kind of hard to, not hard, but like not as fun to watch, because I want to watch a player play the four decks that they're best at. So if they literally can't play a deck because they're just gonna get hard targeted, I don't find that as interesting. So but I like Legacy. I like the Legacy, the Conquest format more. So I kind of like, I do really like the whole shield phase, because I think it does get rid of that targeting part, and you just kind of get down to just straight Hearthstone play.
I also think with like I think it adds like opponents to like LHS. Like what I mean by that is like you can bring a deck that usually is risky into a lot of things, but it might just be able to like get a couple wins off against like certain matchups. Like specifically Warrior, like Warrior's really bad in the mage, but like it's good against the whole other field and like there's specific targets for it. But you can just not like I know Icon brought a lot of target stuff for target Warrior, and you can just like not queue it up, which is I really like because I don't think like against certain things you just don't want to queue up against Warrior, which is really good.
Yeah, yeah. We did talk about that. Like we talked about like how originally we thought the Target Warrior lineup would be the best lineup because we expected everyone to bring it. But then after like a little bit of discussion, we just came to the realization, oh, they're gonna know it's a Target Warrior lineup, and they're just not gonna queue Warrior.
Yeah, that was kind
So
of the realization. Yeah, I actually me and one of my good friends actually prepped pretty. Me and Bill Snyder prepped pretty hard for this actually. Like we were going through a lot of like lineup possibilities, and it's interesting how we both came to our lineups. He said mine like I find it interesting how Booze shielded Hunter, but he didn't queue up Hunter. Like, I found that super interesting because like Hunter statistically into my lineup's like 60-40, which I think he should have queued it. 'Cause I think he would probably would have won if he did. Which is
yeah, that's pretty interesting. My guess for that first game was that since he saw you shielded the rogue, he went with the warrior expecting you to play rogue first since you shielded it, and then you just kind of like ran with the mage and kind of threw him off guard.
yeah.
So I do think he probably should have went with the hunter during that second game instead, or the third game instead of the priest. It definitely
I
would have
think
fared better in Geo Rogue.
I do think we might tend to see. I mean, and you brought up, obviously, Chris. You brought up the the class distribution or the class spread there, I guess, for Hunter. I think we're going to see a lot of little mistakes in this tournament in terms of queue order, in terms of ban and shield, just because it's such a new format and people might not be 100% familiar with. Like, strategy is pretty solved in
Hmm.
Conquest and LHS in terms of queue order and things like that. I think we're going to see mistakes, and players can capitalize
Yeah.
on those mistakes.
Yeah, I think I did a fairly good job capitalizing. Like I think Mage and a Warrior, like I'm glad I won that. That's I expected that. Like I think it's just gonna be the little things that are gonna be able to make people that go from like not making it to groups or getting out to getting the knockouts to not getting into knockouts. It's just gonna be little things that get the edge over people, and it's gonna be interesting to see how this progresses, how people get better at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, any more questions you have for him, Mako? While before we wrap up,
I do not.
anything you want to say? Any last words, Tris, before we log off?
Looks like Great Lakes is gonna go win it all. So let's go.
Yeah,
Hell
they
yeah.
are undefeated right now,
Yeah,
so that's a good.
100% win rate.
We'll
Great
see if
Lakes
it keeps
purple
up.
represent.
Let's go.
Well, hopefully we can get another match or two tomorrow night. It does seem like these matches will go a little quicker, so hopefully we can pack a few in the evening, and we'll see if anyone's up for it. So
Yeah, if
thanks
you're
for
interested in
all.
might want to advertise the casting, right? We have a form for casting.
We do have a form for casting. It's in the content Discord, which I've invited anybody to that would like to, but I'll post that again in the main Discord, and we've already got some people taking us up on joining the content team. So that'll be good. Yeah, we'll hopefully have casters in some capacity almost every.
Yeah, well, I do
Yeah.
know. Well, the reason I'm bringing up especially is because we didn't have any Sunday match streams this past season because we didn't have casters, correct?
True, and it
So
was I think
tomorrow
tough. Yeah,
is Sunday. So if
it
you
is Sunday.
are interested in possibly casting tomorrow, which is Sunday, if there are matches tomorrow, which there might not be, or next Sunday, then please fill that out because we seem to. Oh, and ops. Yes, I think we usually need ops more than we need casters, but
Yes, because generally the people who opt tend to want to cast as well. Saku doesn't always want to cast as well as opt, so he is the exception to the rule. But yeah, it's generally if you have an op, you also have at least one cast.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It was fun
Yeah,
talking.
thanks for playing. Again, congrats on the win. Congrats on the early lead, and that'll do it for us tonight. So for everybody who watched both the reveal stream, the match this evening, we appreciate you coming out. There'll be more to come in the following weeks, and good luck in your first Paragon format experience.
yep.
All right, have a great evening, everybody.
Yeah,
So yeah.
you too, Dante.